Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Velocity channel, where this is your bridge to financial freedom. Listen, we are going up on the scale on our principal. We are now at $300,000, and we're going to show you how to pay that off very fast with just $1,000. But before I do that, before I get into that, can I get you to like, share, and subscribe so that everyone around the world can know the power of Velocity banking, all right? So on the last video, we tackled $200,000. Now we're gonna go ahead and tackle $300,000. The reason why we are using this, it doesn't mean that this is a mortgage. It does not mean that it is some astronomical loan, maybe a student loan. It means that this represents any loan that you have. We are going to pay it off very fast in a strategic fashion. Now, this can represent a mortgage, it can represent a personal loan, it can represent a student loan. But what I want you to do is I want you to get in the habit of thinking business. You know, my friend Mark Kohler actually says that having a business is the #1 tax strategy that you can have in this nation. So that may be something that you want to think about, but business loans like this are common, okay? Remember, business world, totally different than the personal world. They get astronomical in their lending, all right? So here we go, $300,000 at 6%. And oh, by the way, the monthly payment on that is gonna be about $1,789 per month. Now, of course, we already have this in the budget. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to our line of credit. $10,000 at 21%. We don't have any balance on it, all right? But we don't want to spend $10,000. We don't want to freeze up that money even though we have it. So this is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to only use $1,000, and let's say you didn't even want to use it from your line of credit. Remember, you do not have to have a line of credit in order to use Velocity banking. So this is what we're going to do. If we've got $300,000 loan to get rid of, and we've only got $1,000, how are we going to get rid of it fast? Well, I would love to take my $10,000 and get rid of it even faster, all right? Got to take my $10,000 and this will be gone in no time, all right? Under 10 years. But I'm only going to be using $1,000. So how do we do that? Well, we look at the principal payment. All right, since we have no other loans, loan prioritization is not something that we're going to do. Remember the loan prioritization, cash flow indicator, that line balance or loan balance divided by the minimum monthly payment, and then that'll come up with your CFI number, meaning that's the number in which you determine which loan you should pay off first. Yeah, it's going to tell you which cash flow sucking loan to pay off first. And the lower the number, that's the one that you pay off, okay? That's the cash flow indicator. But here, we only have one, right? And it's the $300,000. So now we're gonna be looking at that. And before we pay it off, we have to determine what this number is getting split up to. Because remember, when we pay our minimum monthly payment, it's always getting split. What do I mean by that? Well, some will go to the principal and a lot more will go to the bank. That's what I mean by that. They're going to go ahead and split this up into 2 sections. Every minimum monthly payment on your loan. And those 2 sections are principal and interest, okay? Now, during the course of this video, I'm going to show you why it's important to implement Velocity banking on this loan so that you don't get got by the interest. Remember, the interest is to the bank, the principal is to your loan, all right? So here we are paying the $1,789 a month. A lot of people think that that's going to the principal, right? No, only a part of it is going to the principal. But our goal is to make sure that we capture that interest, and then ultimately we capture all of this cash flow. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. You're going to take your $1,000, and it doesn't have to be in a lump sum. But what you're going to do is take that $1,000, whether it's 500 one week, 500 the next week, or maybe it has to be 250, 250, 250, and then 250, right? No matter how you slice it, take the $1,000 from that month, and I want you to let them know, listen, I want it going towards the principal. I want that $1,000 that I'm paying to go towards the principal. Now, once you do that, I want to share with you what happens to the loan. So let's see how the loan gets devastated. Now I know what you're thinking. CJ, there's no way that that is 6%. $1,500 is going to interest. Yes, and the reason why it doesn't look like 6% is because it's not. Remember, amortization, that calculation is sinister, let me tell you. This is more like 115%, which is what, when you're dealing with mortgages, they don't really tell you that up front, even though they do tell you, because it's in the paperwork buried there somewhere. All right, so please be on the lookout for this word, total interest percentage. For those of you who want to get a mortgage, for those of you who want to get a car loan, please watch out for this term, total interest percentage. Could you give me the total interest percentage? Because I know that you say it's 6%. Okay, legally you can say that. I know that you say it's 3%, but what is it really? Okay, in dollars, please. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. We do have a compare and a contrast, don't we? All right, so first of all, if you're continuing to pay the $1,798 the way they want you to pay, the traditional banking way, remember that's TB, you're going to have the interest going towards the bank of $1,500. They'll say thank you very much. And to the principal, $299. So the balance on that is going to be $299,701. And oh, by the way, let's go ahead and go to the next month and see how much has changed between how much you have going to the bank and how much is going to the principal. So what is that? The principal, $300. Okay, the first month it was $299. So that's a difference of $300 minus $299. That's a dollar difference. Okay, so, but it did increase, so we do not need to be thankful. What about the next month? Okay, so it did increase another $2, all right? Now, the fourth month, okay, it just increased about $1, then another one, $2. While this is going down, but it's going down a couple dollars. And that's traditional banking for you. So at the end of 5 months, you are at $298,492. You and I both know it's 6% on paper, but way more than that in the total interest percentage. Now, let's go ahead and go to Velocity Banking and see where we're at. $1,500, of course, is going to the interest. The bank has to get theirs. However, look at this. The principal, $1,299 is going towards the principal. Okay, why is that? Because we are having our $1,000 go to work for us. Now, what does this mean in regards to the interest? Okay, we're already on the second month at $1,494. So where is that on this? Okay, on the traditional banking scale, it took you 5 months to get to $1,494 on the interest. Right here, you're doing it on the second month. Okay, let's go to the third month. $1,487 in interest, while $1,312 is going towards the principal. Isn't that beautiful? That's why we're implementing Velocity Banking. Look at how much is going towards the principal. Isn't that beautiful? $1,312. But as time goes on, you're going to see the balance, all right? $1,480 is going towards the principal. That's $7 less than the third month, okay? And then $1,318 is going towards the principal. Did I say principal on this one? So $1,480 is going towards interest. Let's go to the fifth month, $1,474 in interest, and $1,325 is going towards the principal. That's why we have that strategic principal payment, because as we are continuing to pay, guess how much more is going towards our principal? Why? Because the interest, right, is feeding off of the balance, and we are hammering our balance. That's why you're seeing a significant reduction in the interest and a significant increase towards the principal because of what that interest is feeding on, okay? So on the first month, what is the interest feeding on? $298,701. The second month, what is the interest feeding on? This, okay, $297,396. While over here, right, you're still doing it the traditional banking way, and you just want to pay the minimum monthly payment, that's fine. $299,701, right? The interest is feeding off of that. $299,401, the interest is feeding off of that. Now, this is something that I want you to know. On the first month, look at where you are. $298,701, all right? Look at where you would have to be on the traditional banking side. It took you 4 months on the traditional banking side, and you're still not as low as the first month balance doing it the velocity banking way. See, when you do things the velocity banking way, it's called a time collapse transaction. That's what you have right here. You just jumped ahead 4 months on your first month when you're doing it this way, all right? And it doesn't matter if you have the money coming from your line of credit or from your savings, from your checking account. Some are even making sure that they have their retirement as well, taking some from the retirement. Why? Because they've done the math. They don't go by stories. They look at their retirement and they're saying, man, it's not going anywhere. I mean, they promised me all of this, but my retirement's not going anywhere. It can actually do better by making sure I pay off my loans and grabbing this cash flow. Let me go ahead and start a business. This is the mindset of those that are coming out of the employee mindset and into the wealthy mindset, and that's what we want. So you're looking at the $1,789 a month. What is it all going to cost, right? What is the interest at the end of the day? Is it even worth it? That's a great question. Let me show you. So at the end of the day, it's all about, did it save me money or not? Do I have more cash flow in my pockets now or not? So let's go ahead and check out the numbers, all right? In traditional banking, you're going to continue on, and it doesn't matter if it's a student loan, doesn't matter if it's a car loan, doesn't matter, all right? But we just used the most devastating formula against people that we could, which is the mortgage. Matter of fact, mortgage means death pledge, and this is why. Look, $347,514 in total interest. You paid way more than the house, because remember, the house was $300,000, all right? That's what you get with your 30-year mortgage, all right? Now, I want you to look over here at the velocity banking side. The total interest, if you were to do the velocity banking, would be $130,841. That's how much you would pay in total interest versus the $347,514. Now, do you want to know how long you have in this loan? Is it the 30 years? Is it 20 years? It's about 12 years and some change. I forgot what the change was. But it definitely is less than 30 years, all right? And that's part of the reason why you have such low interest. That's over $200,000 saved in interest, folks, all right? And so let the numbers do the deciding for you. Do you want to do it? Do you not want to do it? It's completely your choice. But remember, you have money sitting in your bank account, sitting on your credit card. Why not have that money work for you so that you could capture this right here? That's what it's all about. Because what you want to do is you want to pay your bills with your assets. You want to pay these loans with your assets. Have you ever pulled up and said, you know what, I think I'm going to pay this loan this month with this asset over here, with this house, with this rental, with that? Oh, it's beautiful, all right? $1,789 after the 12 years is coming towards you. What can you do with it? A whole lot. Folks, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Those of you who already have the Money Max account, you know that this is done automatically for you. You just type your numbers in and it comes out. Listen, if you want to know more about that, let me know, okay? Folks, we got the description links. Please click, make that appointment, and then get yours, all right? God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video.